Good morning, good afternoon, net. Happy Monday to everyone. What is the news today? So this is a Monday driving after the snowstorm yesterday. Accumulated supposed to more about 50 centimeters. The forecast is 40, but according to the expert, they measure around more than 40, almost 50. So Monday morning, no school, announced already, all quiet. So somebody's stuck, right? Stuck, so someone's stuck. Hey, stuck. So avoid natin yung mga gilid-gilid, no? Yun ang nakaka-stuck. Excuse me. Hello, Leilani. Most of the flight is cancelled today. Let's see what's going on. Center it for a bit. Okay, traffic already. So it's Monday morning, kaya traffic, no? Though walang school, di ko alam saan pupunta itong mga ito. By the way, temperature is minus 14 degrees Celsius. It's Monday. Feels like minus 20, I guess. It's not too cold today, unlike yesterday. "401 westbound, Hello, 401 Westmount. Highway 401 Westmount, Toronto. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I cannot see you. Your name? Yes. It's kinda decent road we are here right now at Victoria Park in 401. It's already clear up. Traffic are moderate to heavy. It's moving. It's about 60 kilometers per hour. Good distance. No aggressive driver on the road. Thank God. Let's hear the headline.
I'm Paul Cook. Here's what's making news right now.
The 680 News Radio Extreme Weather Center tracking the aftermath of this storm. All GTA schools closed today. A wave of cancellations at the airport. Toronto has declared a major
The advice for drivers, stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary.
Shoveling, and more shoveling. This is crazy. Residents dig out their driveways, front steps, and vehicles. In many cases, it requires multiple shifts.
Work area is airport, nearing the airport, so I'm gonna live stream from here at westbound 401 going to Viscount Road. After the Viscount Road, I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you for supporting my live stream. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, my friend.
Silver and gold surging. U.S. stock futures down 100 points on the Dow ahead of a week with interest rate announcements and big corporate earnings. The price for natural gas soaring again, up for a fifth day. Business at 56. 680 News Time, 5:31.
It's time for Rogers Xfinity Internet traffic and weather together on the ones. Brandon DuPont is watching the roads. Good morning, Brandon.
And a good morning to you as well, Catherine and Paul. And right now, yes, very hazardous conditions across many of those major highway routes across the GTA, especially so along the 401, eastbound 401. That is where we have a crash. So it's a vehicle on its side. So just an unfortunate occurrence. It seems like this will be the theme, seeing a lot of crashes thus far. That's the only live incident that we are seeing really across those highway routes. So eastbound 401, east of Trafalgar and the collectors, it is two left lanes that are blocked due to a collision with that car on its side. MTO and emergency crews already dealing with this one. Got a call from a traffic spotter saying that it was the approaching Trafalgar, unless there is another vehicle on its side or another collision before then. Would love to hear from you at star 680. Westbound 401 as well. They've been dealing with this one for the last little bit. It is west of Leslie in the Express. Everything down to a single lane due to this crash. So it is seeing quite a extensive delay now, certainly building last little bit from west of the 404 in both the Express and collectors. Highway maintenance happening along the southbound Mississauga Road ramp to the westbound 401. That has shut that ramp down completely. And then as well, eastbound QEW had a slight little issue as also a crash. This already been dealt with a tow crew that had got there in my last report. So again, at here, Ontario, that crash was blocked.
Okay, my friend, I cannot tell you where exactly I work, but I'm gonna live stream until Viscount. Right now, there's a heavy traffic building up. According to the news, there's a vehicle crash on Leslie and westbound, Leslie 401 westbound on the express. So only one lane on the express, and everything is filled up here on the collectors. So probably I'm going to be late today. Thanks.
Right now, -11 with a wind chill of -22. 680 News Time, 5:33.
An epic snow day in the GTA. Schools are closed, events canceled, and hundreds of flights scrapped or delayed following what appears to have been the biggest single-day snowfall in Toronto's history.
Highways and major roads have been plowed, but some ramps and sides
For sure, I'm gonna be late. So if another 15 minutes I'm stuck here, I gotta call my manager. Tell them I'm gonna be late. I'm supposed to head on the road around 5:15 or 5 o'clock exactly. But unfortunately, I need to shovel and clean the car, right? And cleaning and shoveling, it takes me another 20 minutes, give and take. So that's the story. What can I do? Thank you. I'm gonna signal, hoping. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go to the collectors. Yes, sir, 100%. I'm a Filipino. Born and raised, look for a Canadian dream since 2008. Went to a legal process. Just a joke, boss. Hello, Jenny. It's not too bad, the temperature now. Unlike yesterday, yesterday it's more cold than today.
Police say several crashes across the GTA involved plows. The latest happened around 9:30 last night near Bathurst College. Officers say that plow struck a gas meter, which is now leaking. 2 buildings have been evacuated, and there are road closures in the area.
One person's been seriously hurt in a stabbing on a GO train. It happened just after 12:30 this morning near West condition in hospital.
This is 6 City News Radio. Parliament reconvenes today after the holiday break. Prime Minister Carney met late last week with his Liberal cabinet ministers, and yesterday with his entire Liberal caucus to set out a path for the first session of 2026. Affordability and sovereignty are expected to dominate debate. Prime Minister Carney also expected to meet with Premier Doug Ford today unless the weather has changed those plans. According to Carney's office, the two leaders are set to visit a local business in the GTA.
News Time 5:39.
Why switch to a weightlessly adjustable bed? Because it's a better bed. Better than your flat bed. Better than your my back hurts bed. Better than your squeaky springs bed. Definitely better than the guest room. A weightlessly adjustable bed is better because the zero gravity setting gives you the leverage and stamina to keep things interesting. Betting is not life, but you're betting in bed with a weightlessly adjustable bed. Visit one of our 6 weightlessly showrooms or weightlessly.com.
Company health and dental benefits costs keep going up. Call me. I'll save you thousands. Let me turn to your president of Northern Financial. Northern Financial does things different when it comes to company health and dental plans. We pull thousands of members for purchasing power. That's meaning 10 to 25% lower rates and long-term stability. With plans starting at $55 a month per employee. Get a free no obligations review and in 10 minutes we'll show you how we can save you thousands. Visit northernfinancial.ca.
Happiness isn't complicated. At Corner Records a month, happiness rewards for just $12. A selection of 5 delights at a feel-good price. And you begin with a full basket. Your happiness will leave at $12 for a limited time. Available diamonds only at Corner.
Since 1987, Medical has been Toronto's silent partner in excellence. 40 years of spotless hotels, offices, condos, and private clubs. When reputation matters, trust the experts. For a no-obligation quote, visit medicleans.ca.
Let's hear the traffic.
Here's Brandon DePont.
Thank you very much. And right now, still looking at a couple of incidents on our major highway routes, albeit some of them just clearing out. Still have this one, though, eastbound 401 east of Trafalgar in the collectors, being 2 left lanes that are blocked due to a collision with a car on its side. So again, just something to keep in mind there. Westbound 401, we do have a new problem here. This is west of Westmead. A car has spun out, and so again, traffic spotter letting us know about that one. Thank you very much. But also traffic spotter mentioning that vehicles not leaving enough room in between. So again, do want to give yourself a little extra room in between that vehicle in front of you so we don't have any further collisions. We did have just this clearing out a few seconds ago. It's west of Leslie and the Express. However, there is still a line of plows at Yonge, so just a little bit beyond where this crash is. So again, west of Leslie and the Express, that crash is now gone. So it's no longer down to a single line, but single lane, that is, rather. But again, still seeing a lot of vehicles just kind of stick to it as they're waiting behind these plows. Elsewhere, let's move on over towards the South Mississauga Road ramp towards that westbound 401 still remains closed due to some highway maintenance, and then eastbound QEW at here, Ontario, was a short-lived crash there as the tow crew and MTO already dealing with this crash. So here, Ontario, that is now all clear. Get 2 pairs, including single vision lenses, for $99 at Specsavers. Now open at select Loblaws and Real Canadian.
Temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. I don't know if there's a wind chill. I don't think so. Minus 14 degrees Celsius.
Good morning, Brandon. Well, it's mainly cloudy out there. Still a few flurries on the go, especially the east end of the GTA. But overall, it will be a quieter day. Mainly cloudy with this chance of flurries this morning, and -9, the guaranteed high, feeling closer to -15. Partly cloudy chance of a flurry tonight, down to -16 as the cleanup continues. And then Tuesday, mainly cloudy, scattered flurries, and -9. It's a cold start to the day at Pearson, -15, downtown -14. The guaranteed high today, we're on the way to -9.
680 News Time 5:43.
The Bank of Canada is widely expected to hold its benchmark interest rate steady this week, and many economists say that could be the case for the whole year. The central bank signaled a pause on any interest rate changes at its final decision of 2025, with inflation set to hold near 2% for the year.
CIBC Chief Economist Avery Shenfield says, like last year, U.S. tariffs will remain the biggest risk for the central bank to watch in 2026.
Trade by far is still the
Look at the
biggest
truck.
problem on the
Look at the
horizon.
truck behind on my right, on my shoulder. Right shoulder.
Of its stance
big
can actually ease more
gas truck.
if the trade barriers worsen.
Bank of Canada's policy rate stands at 2.25% to start the year after 4 quarter-point cuts in 2025.
6 City News Time 5:44. Winter blues behind when you give and get away at Canadian Blood Services. Escape to a donor center this winter and leave feeling a little lighter, brighter, and better. And when you book and attend a blood or plasma appointment, you have a chance to win round-trip tickets for 2, courtesy of Air Canada Foundation. No donation required. Give and get away this winter. Book at blood.ca/getaway and experience what you get when you give. Conditions apply. See full draw rules for details.
The legendary Yeti, born to handle ice, snow, and the harshest conditions imaginable.
Hey, that's like a Subaru with all-wheel drive.
The mighty Yeti uses its impressive strength to navigate any terrain.
Like the X-Mode in a Subaru.
No one knows exactly what they do out there.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I will.
If I find a pair that fits, legendary winters await.
There is still some very light snow in spots, -13 in downtown Toronto, wind chill -20. Good morning, I'm Catherine Jetek.
Paul Cook here are the top stories this Monday morning.
Schools are closed across the GTA after what is likely the biggest single-day snowfall in Toronto history. The city has declared a major snowstorm condition, redeploying other workers to snow clearing duties as the big dig-out continues. The main routes have been plowed, but it's still a messy drive out there, especially on some of the highway on-ramps and side streets. Police have responded to hundreds of crashes in the past day or so. And Parliament reconvenes today with affordability and sovereignty expected to dominate debate. Prime Minister Carney was set to meet with Premier Ford here in Toronto this morning, but it's not clear if the weather will change those plans. Time now for sports. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, here's Simon Bennett. Good morning, Simon.
Hey, Catherine, good morning. Yes, it's true. The Raptors won at OKC last night, handing the champions their 5th loss in 25 home games, 103-101. MVP Shea Gilgeous-Alexander managed just 1 shot in the 4th quarter. Scotty Barnes, a big block in the final minute. That's 4 straight wins. They host the Knicks on Wednesday. Get ready for Seahawks Patriots in Super Bowl 16. New England after the big game for the 12th time, battling to a 10-7 win in snowy Denver. The AFC title, Drake May's first down run just after the 2-minute warning clinched it. Seattle won the NFC Championship game, 31-27. They beat the Rams. Sam Darnold, 3 touchdown passes. Seattle with some big stops down the stretch as well. Their first Super Bowl appearance in 11 years, which was a loss to New England. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. Making 4 straight losses for the Toronto Maple Leafs, falling 4-1 to Colorado. Brock Nelson, the hat trick. Toronto now 5 points out of a playoff spot. Wrap the homestand against Buffalo tomorrow. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime. Sportsnet.ca.
So we are at the Yonge Street, 401 and Yonge Street Express.
Comfort, your peace of mind and trust is our top priority, and we earn it before we even arrive. We're proud to have over 150,000 5-star reviews, all thanks to our core beliefs to treat your home like our own and always offer honest advice. So if it's smarter to repair your furnace than replace it, we'll tell you.
So I'm late. I gonna do something about it.
And a featured furnace. Call on the team bringing you real savings, care, and comfort.
I did my best.
Conditions apply. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Terry Tabb, co-founder of the Hersing Eye Institute. We asked our patients, what was your I've had it moment when you said, I've had it, with glasses, contacts, and cataracts? For Polly, it was stumbling off a ski lift because her breath was steaming out her eyeglasses. When you finally say, I've had it, Google Hersing Eye Institute. Read about
Supposed to be okay, but today it's a different story.
For a consultation. There's no charge. Look
Maybe
after
on Monday,
yourself.
every Monday, I'm gonna do 1.5, at least an hour and 15 minutes.
A makeshift memorial is growing in Minneapolis as mourners gather to honor a 37-year-old man shot and killed by federal agents over the weekend. City's Alexandra Carnero tells us Alex Preddy was a U.S. citizen and nurse who worked at the Veteran Affairs Hospital. Many kneeling in tears, while a sign placed below reads, Alex should be here. Minneapolis Police Chief adding that Preddy was a lawful gun owner with no criminal record. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security says a Border Patrol agent fired at the man who resisted agents' attempts to disarm him, but the armed suspect assaulted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. However, local leaders are challenging that account.
On the one hand, they're talking about this being an action that is required for safety, and it is doing exactly the opposite. It is creating danger in our state.
Friday's death marks the second fatal shooting involving federal agents this month. An American federal judge is expected to hear arguments today on whether to halt the intensified immigration enforcement operation in Minnesota. Coming up in 60 seconds, you'll hear traffic and weather together.
680 News Time 550.
Hey, Ray Ferraro here. If pain is stopping you from moving, footwear and orthotics are really the simplest way to get you back on track. And Kintec does it better than anybody else. I've no question that Kintec has helped me stay active, taken away any barrier to movement that I might have. It's made such a positive impact in my life, I brought my whole family to Kintec. Book your assessment today at kintec.net.
Sunwing here with a very important message. In 30 seconds, more March break vacation packages will go. Families are booking, resorts are filling, and your chances of getting exactly what you want disappearing. Not if you book today. Book your March break getaway today with your local travel advisor or at sunwing.ca and get more perks like instant savings, room upgrades, excursions, discounts. Book today. Forever.
It's time for Rogers Xfinity Internet traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Brendan DePont.
Thank you very much. Right now, this report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. So eastbound 401, still this vehicle is on its side as MTO and a couple of crews work on it. It's eastbound 401 east of Trafalgar and the Collectors, that being two left lanes for this collision. Westbound 401, it's west of Westmead, left lane blocked due to a car that has spun out. So again, that according to a traffic spotter. And then you also got...
No, because mostly the people, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but mostly people are back to work right now. But if they can work remotely during this time, at least their office should be noted about it. And but for my industry, we cannot work remotely, right? We need to be there, okay? And for my wife, she cannot work remotely too, but it depends with their clinic manager, right? Okay, but I don't know where these people are going. I understand the truck delivery, some other office people can do remotely, right? School are closed, right? School are closed. I don't know. I don't know the answer with that. I'm just a regular guy who follow civil obedience. The company said we're working. And I'm just new to the company. I'm driving pickup right now. Since I'm here in Canada, I wanted to invest, a reliable and good car during the winter, because we are more wintry weather here rather than sunny. So I like at least crossover, or at least now pickup. Maybe I'm gonna be 15 minutes late. And this is my side hustle. My side hustle is doing some amount of money in YouTube by the ads and by some donations. Mostly if there's a snowstorm, I always updated the audience what's happening in Toronto during the snowstorm, and Toronto International Film Festivals, some of my travel. That's my job before, right? That's my job before, but I'm not a baker, right? I'm a coffee shop store manager. So I always work early in the morning. I get used to work this kind of weather and this kind of condition, right? So, but now for the last years that I work on that kind of industry, I switch because I want something new and different. Now I know now that is why slow. I saw some snow remover in the front of me, so that's why it's clear now and clean. Look at this car on my right. See, aggressive driver. So this is another bottleneck. So Kennedy is a bottleneck. 404 exit is a bottleneck. Leslie and Young is a bottleneck. And now you have this here at Kill, also bottleneck. Tim Hortons. You know what, Tim Hortons, if you start as a baker, right, and if you want to step up, like from supervisor to a manager, or at least manager right away, if you're a baker, it's gonna be easy. If you know everything for baking and the production sheet and all this computer stuff for production and health and safety, you can apply right away. You can tell her that if she wants. But the problem on this kind of company, right? If there's a franchise, right? Nowadays, franchise and company or the head office are not in the same way, right? Because of course the franchisee wants a bottom line, right? There's some stores that the products are good for new products, selling good, but some other products are not. So if you're a small franchisee, you're gonna end up throwing all that stuff that you can sell. It's a waste already, but you cannot do anything about it because that's the head office decision, right? And the head office, when they have, and if you're a manager and then the head office inspect and then you don't follow whatever head office said because of your franchisee, you're gonna be in trouble, and the franchisee will throw you under the bus. That's why forget about that kind of job.
If you don't have to drive today, don't. Commuters are being asked to avoid all non-essential travel. Shoveling, and more shoveling. This is crazy. Residents dig out their driveways, front steps, and vehicles. In many cases, it requires multiple shifts. Yes, that happened. The Raptors beat the Chiefs on the road last night, and Super Bowl 60 will be the Patriots and Seahawks Sports at 15. Silver and gold surging to record highs. The Dow futures down 110 points. The price for natural gas 5-day rally now at 90%. Business at 26.
There's a snow remover in front of me. Moving to collectors. Little bit slippery. I'm gonna follow this F-150. Anywhere you go, anywhere you go. 2 kilometers. We're there. I don't know if these people are going to the airport, all of them. There's a lot of cancellation, flight cancellation. I don't know why they still showing up. Toyota. You didn't clear your signal. Sorry, I make a mistake. Sorry, my bad. This one on the left, so slow. look at this Honda Civic. So I'm gonna exit here on Viscount on the traffic light. I hate to say this, but I really need to end this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me driving today. Appreciated your love and support. Hope to see you soon. Watch out of my content. Bye.